obviously trying to look for that lane power. I still imagine that Kalista, Renata should have their way with Kai'Sa and Neeko, considering just the early lane power that Kalista brings is just so obnoxious. Actually, there's other junglers. Oh, wait, look at this! Doinbi
we're rolling on level 2?
Dude,
okay.
This is some ASOL CLG 2016 MSI type shiz, bro. And Missing and Pays are now like, why is there a Galio in my lane at 2.5 minutes?
Doinbi, I think we low-key kind of ruined our lane. We're already seeing there's some early invades here from Aki. Aki can make this rotation.
Oh my god.
What
they
are
burned
NIP
the flash
doing?
early on to Missing. They are cooking something diabolical on the bot lane, and Missing is the result of the chef's kiss. NIP on the board with first blood. And make that kind of self-investment feel like it's worth. So if NIP continue to do this, then we have to see Scout either match it or make it worthwhile, as now Pays and Missing, they don't care that there is an early cheese gang from Doinbi and Aki. They still win the 2v2.
Trying to play against early game Renata and Kalista. They're going to move over to the bottom side. I think it is pretty risky. Scout did hit level 6 first and did teleport back, so he has a resource advantage in mid. And it's going to be, you know, the first 3 grubs going over to JDG. I wonder how much they're going to be playing around Pays and Missing, as already off to a pretty good start. You look at his inventory, that's a very good itemization coming in with the recurve bow already here for the Kalista. From the grubs here, we're getting a split lane. We are at 8 minutes, going to be losing first turret. Blistering pace here, I think, from JDG. And I love the fact that we're seeing some adaptations. We got the crazy level 1. Now with not only the demolish props from Ala, they're going to cut off all of this minion wave from Cassante. And yeah, that's just going to probably be the first turret here. Oh, they're going to actually try to give it to Ala to try to, you know, get him back in. Okay, I think this is really creative.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that Ala was the one that dropped some side waves on the other side of the map walking towards top lane, it gets reinvested back into him.
55.
55. 25 from pickaxe. Oh, okay,
so,
yeah.
25 plus 10. So he doesn't
35.
have it quite yet. I think he...
90. He's at 90. He's at 90 right now. Yeah.
Oh,
Meanwhile, PP God right onto Pays, but it forces the cleanse the flash. Here comes the re-engage from Missing. Shun is actually just running away. They're going to use the Fate's Call to bail Missing out of there, but he goes right back in for the re-engage. Hostile takeover is now going to force NIP to turn on themselves. Leave, trying to see if he can get in there. Flash from Aki, but Ala will punt him back away. Shun, 3-man Impale is going to solve the backline, but Leave finds the first target onto Missing. Scout arrives to the party, finds Aki into the back, and now Shun and Scout trying to see if they can take this 2v3. They're pushing NIP away. It's the second round of grubs. Good flick on the Doinbi. The Sentinel, he falls, and NIP's captain will hit the dirt. Chonji could be next in the 1v3, and JDG explode on the Rift in 11 minutes.
Well, they got first tower, they got first to 3 kills. Hell, let's just give them the first 3 objectives as well here. JDG win that fight. Such an over-aggression coming in from the Ninja Pajamas. I mean, why are we flashing forward there on Leave? Just not in position to be able to deal damage here. And I love how JDG slow roll this play. Let them come into you. Let's play around this hostile takeover.
You have to like brute force your way through. And, you know, NIP, well, yes, your Kai'Sa has an early spike. Not the rest of your team. As now, maybe another fight. PP God looking for the Pop Blossom. Scout able to flash away from that one. And he's trying to buy as much time as he can, but he cannot get the exit out as the rest of JDG. NIP, maybe the first time it didn't work so well, but they're going to brute force it a second time. Hostile takeover is good. It's going to work a lot more. Pays is hopping. He's skipping. He's jumping. The bailout is still good and true, but he gets it off the revive. And Shanji just can't reach the Kalista. Pays still alive. JDG protecting their king. Quadra kill for Pays.
Wait, Allah stole the Pentaman! That was supposed to be a freebie for them! Has an additional 4 kills on top of that. 5-0 and 2, 1,000 gold to their name. They already have the first dragon. They have 5 grubs as well. This JDG roster playing to the early game, and they are succeeding at it.
And now that JDG have a thick enough wallet lead, they can just make map grow plays like this, where NIP are just not where they get to be in normal circumstances. Almost 4,000 ahead just for JDG in terms of wallet diff. And in the solo laners here for Scout and Ala.
Yeah, Scout has been participating in a lot of these kills, and individually.
She did not die, and Pays was able to pay tenfold, as now Shun might find an opportunity on Dodoibi just as he goes in with a Justice Punch. Oh, how ill-fated the timing, as Scout takes a lot of damage on the initial combo. But hang on, wait a minute, Hero's Entrance escapes the Skarner Impale, and now they don't have the Pop Blossom massive from PP God, but do they have the damage? Can they chew through this front line? And the answer, I don't think it's gonna be happening. The Weaver's Wall leaves no ground for NIP to go, and even though Leave was super fed on the Kaisa, he's got no front line that can stand in front of him like JD just for Scout and Pays.
On this Talia right now. He had a very influential play in that fight. Now JDG grab a dragon, or the mid-tier one. I don't know what NIP are doing, man. I have no clue what they're doing. This is some drunk gaming if I've ever seen it from NIP. We're in hometown territory. We said that there was supposed to be home court advantage.
Scout, I'm sorry, I was saying shit about you earlier, bro. You know what? I'll just shut up. You know, next time I talk some smack about Scout. Well, obviously, we got a long series ahead of us in this best of 3. JDG already having assembled themselves a pretty fat advantage with nearly 6,000, 7,000 gold ahead of NIP.
Only if I was an AD carry would I be asking it for us to potentially leave this game a bit fast. I'm looking at Pays at 19 minutes here. Level of success for this as a duo, and we're kind of seeing more of the same for NIP, where play a little too fast, individual mistakes coming in, and that I think is coming to really bite them here.
As long as JDG can just continue holding NIP hostage here on the top side, all 5 members are dedicated to trying to look for this objective. Scout is going to get objective pressure on the base.
Yeah, he's got 5 grubs. Why not just open up the turrets? Hell, let's see it. We're going to flip around the Otacon, boys.
Listen, just hold them hostage here. NIP, I mean, yeah, maybe they get the Otacon here and they force them off, but how much damage is Scout going to get? He's returned to the top side of the map here. JDG now, wait a minute, they already took out Shanji. Pop Blossom right into the back line. Leave is going to send it, but hostile takeover buys enough time. Scout on the right side, forcing Leave to not be able to join up. The Impale's going to hold the front line hostage once again. Scout and Missing are able to kite on backwards, but Pays was taken out of the fight early on, and NIP now have a moment. They've got Otacon GAs on their side. They're playing with ferocity. They're playing with boldness, but Scout against the world into 4 members. Shun looking for a rock over the wall, is gonna rail on in, is gonna push Leave away, and Scout is just wiping Otacon GAs one after one. Scout rock surfing on the Talia.
In terms of historical context between the two orgs.
Things have definitely quieted down on the Rift in the past couple of minutes ever since the Otacon fight occurred. The Undying, but JDG get the first wave in, and now they're turning to the Baron.
Okay, they're taking really strong control. A single vision ward immediately taken by JDG. Will note this. Doinbi is on the side. He is teleporting into this play.
Oh, Aki's forced the ultimate. And at some point when you get to a late enough game state, that gold lead doesn't matter nearly as much. And NIP are picking up a lot of these item spikes. 3.5 items for Doinbi, 4 items for PP, or Leave, I should say. Oh, Weaver's Wall, that's really great. Aki completely isolated. I don't know if you want to go in there, Doinbi. You're pretty tanky, but do you have the setup? Oh, 5-man Pop Blossom from PP God, but do they have the damage? I don't think so. Leave, you can see that he finally finds his moment in picking off Scout, but now he's got to deal with 4 other Goon Squad members from JDG. He's forced to flash over the wall, but all follows, sends it to the skies, and Leave hits the ground. Doinbi, the only member alive on NIP, but just could not link up with Leave in that fight. Like, NIP are starting to come back. Yeah, like if they're winning, if they're going even or not that far down, hang on, PP God, another 2-man Pop Blossom.
They found him!
Not caught in it, but Scout is caught, but the bailout, does he have a kill, reset the revive? Not this time. Okay, now it's all on Pays, and now he finds an opportunity to go into the backline. Aki popping the Crescent Guard, gives good knockup with the 3 talent strike. Woohoo! Did you see that foot sinker damage from Leave? That was crazy.
Cloud Soul, thank you to our picture-in-picture, and it is all of the plasma procs being applied. Shun missing the Impale, can still fire prey-seeking missiles over the walls, and now we're getting the teleport here from Doinbi. JDG need to win this very decidedly.
Aki has no flash. If he gets a chance to get in there, ooh, Callista, Ren secure on the Baron, and nicely done for JDG.
We'll see how NIP are going to be able to play against Baron and 5 grubs here. The next 2 minutes here for JDG are going to be so important.
That's true, but Leave just bought a hat, and that,
wonderful.
like,
True. Wonderful
that's
analysis.
awesome. Maybe NIP have a chance. But this
they're gonna try
is a big siege to overcome from the side of NIP. And JDG using the Weaver's Wall. It's a impale on the two people, and hostile takeover is occupying the front line, but PP God for the pop blossom, but Paze is able to sidestep it this time around. No one is hitting Paze, and Paze gets to thrive in this fight. He's rending, he's stacking the spears, leave on the AP. Kaisa won't do a damn thing, and this time around Paze survives through it all. Another quadra for the AD carry of JDG, and they will clean out the first game.
Dude, what are JDG doing? Why do we keep stealing pentas from Paze? It's been twice from Allah. Now Shun takes it away from him. It's a good game from JDG. A bit of a weird mid-game there, but they'll take game one up against Ninjas in Pajamas.
I think it's a good call that JDG go for the Nautilus instead of the Rel, so if you at least look for something like the Corki, which should be the ideal target every single time. And
there's no way for Doinby to be actually able to kind of contest this bottom side. Scout could even look for a teleport if they're going for this now, so kind of plays on opposite sides. Who can connect first?
Shun, does he want to look for the ball breaker flash? Yep, there it is. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Paze was also taking up the third aggro, and because they stopped the damage immediately after the kill, once Paze leaves, no one else is threatened. Clean by JDG.
Are they going to really try and contest for this? I think this is super dangerous.
Oh, but the hook snags one of the dogs, and good vault breaker by Shun to get over the wall, forcing missing zone flash. Doinby sends it, ulti right onto Shun, but it's a trade 1-for-1. Leave is the first one to fall, but look at the Lissandra passive doing work in the river. That's going to force Paze's hand as he's forced to flash over the wall. Scout, one more Spirit Rush should get him out alive, but the turn off of the power of Doinby's Lissandra saves NIP.
And they get some summoner spells out from JDG. Not a bad trade overall, even grabbing themselves the grubs here. So, be one of the best to ever do it here in the LPL, and continuing to innovate, continuing to be a leader here, as Shanji was being a bit annoying for Shun, but don't know how much damage he's actually going to be able to... I think he's just out of here. I think we're just getting and kind of annoying.
This fight.
Yep, and right now, NIP can kind of walk around and do whatever they want across the map. Shanji's going to try and trade. Uh-oh.
Alla might be in trouble here. Still has a flash. The Q and the flash avoids the keeper's verdict. But now there's no ultimate for Shanji to punt away an incoming Vi, which is exactly what's about to happen. Shun lurking around the corner. Fall breaker flash finds it. Lays down the public execution. Cease and desist. Puts the Yordle into the dirt.
And they need to play away from where Aki is right now. Already finishing that Eclipse. One of the reasons why this the Fury champion is so broken, you land a single Q and you just get immediately the Eclipse proc. So wanting to play around from a pretty strong item spike here. Also how you were making sure that we're able to match, because you are never going to be able to allow NIP to stay on a side lane. Okay, let's make this play. There's no ultimate here from Shun.
Flash from missing, avoids the pulverize. Multiple teleports, but the TP right in the range of the charm. Thankfully for Shanji's case, at least he's a tanky poppy, so it doesn't get immediately pwned. PP God falling up in the engage. Missing cannot survive that one. No flash available, and there's the second cast of the Hound's Pursuit. Aki looking for Shun, knowing that he has no flash on this Vi.
Match where the opponents are. So right there, we get to see it. NIP try to overload onto the top side of the map. They'll grab themselves the first turret, give that gold over to a player in Doinby. And you look at the items now. Doinby also matching the Rod of Ages.
Should be secured here.
Yeah, but we're waiting for ultimates now. Aki's ult about to come off of a cooldown. Doinby's is 10 seconds out. We need to see NIP hold their ground and stop JDG.
Slick movement from Shun, dodges the keeper's verdict, gets the smite. Doinby with the glacial path, finds another W stun, but the bullet time is going to split up the fight. JDG already opening the fight with a numbers advantage. Here comes Aki. Aki, can he find the Hound's Pursuit? The call of the pack was already used, but it's just not enough damage. Leave is trying to pump everything he can with that Gatling gun, but Paze, good flash over the wall, will save his life. And now Scout with one more Spirit Rush cast can look to lock down the dog. And that forces the flash out of Aki, the charm of the wall. Not going to find it, but JDG are comfortable as Allo wants to sink and dance on them. Wait a minute, but just a little too far forward. And the dogs will punish JDG on the way out.
Tough position. So I like what they're doing. Force onto the bottom side of the map. See if they can either find that turret early on and put NIP, at least in a small bind here, as they are trying to match what NIP are doing on the map.
Yeah, and I think something to note here for JDG is even though they didn't get a single grub and NIP got all 6, this isn't necessarily the best 1-3-1 like setup of champions that really abuses.
As NIP, we're getting the vision toggle. This is going to be the TP coming in from Scout on a flank.
Oh, and the target has to be Aki. And look at the way he flashes to close the range of the cease and desist. No chance for an uninterruptible from the call of the pack. And Scout is still pumping the damage on the Spirit Rush. Looking over the wall, maybe for another charm. He's going to blink over to the left side. Still hunting. Still has one more charge with the Spirit Rush. Dredgeline on to leave. Not enough for JDG to continue the chase, as the rest of NIP get a chance to get this recall off, but they cannot defend the tier 1 turret.
What an insanely good snap from them. Any position into this bottom side river.
Yeah, they're dropping the Rift Herald just to force that prio, right? But I don't even think... Yeah, exactly. PP God maybe finding Ala, but he just dashes away. Dredgeline once again on to leave, but they're just pushing pressure into him, ensuring that the Rift Herald does not get a charge off. It completely dies. A wasted Rift Herald by the side of NIP. That Dredgeline, somehow he finds it over the wall. Maybe not so bold for missing to be wanting to take there. The Thrall is going to force JDG away, and now down to 4 members.
Walking where he shouldn't be, thinks that he's safe, doesn't know that the teleporter is like coming in behind him. What a great kind of couple of MIA games from himself, but NIP looking to try to get... Oh my god, we're just making an engage onto Paze. He has no flash, he has no cleanse now.
He flashes over the Steadfast Presence. Now the Hound's Pursuit looks for Aki. Dodges the public execution, but here comes the cease and desist. Wait! Did you see the Keeper's Verdict that punted Paze away? It saves the 80 carry for JDG, and now NIP have got nothing left in the tank. And the rest of JDG are going to force them off the Rift here. Aki just got betrayed.
They can now set up for this Otacon. They can set up for this Dragon. Uh-oh, NIP!
Fighting over the red buff. I mean, this is a 4-on-4 temporarily since Paze is not there yet. NIP feel bold enough to take this fight. Shun forced to flash over the wall, away from the Thralls. Good charm, right on top of Lissandra, but the Steadfast Presence from Shanji will protect his mid laner for now, but he's out of the fight. Leave, Valkyrie forward, but Paze has now rejoined the fire. JDG now being able to burst out the Yordle, but here comes Aki back from the grave. Another Hound's Pursuit on the ready, and he's able to get vengeance on Paze this time around, but a good charm. Finds Aki in the middle of the Hound's Pursuit. JDG will stand tall off the strength of their jungler, a mid duo. JDG should have full control of the Infernal Soul.
Man, Shanji's gonna stay. NIP need to flip here. Doinby teleported back in. He does have this ultimate. God. Can NIP stop the dragon?
They turn on Shanji. Shanji gets bursted out. Doinby has the ultimate once again frozen.
Scout!
Trying to bury him, but the charm, the cease and desist. Ultimates have come back up. Shun and Scout have done it all. They stand tall against the rest of the world that NIP has in their own freaking stadium and just disintegrated them.
And in a similar way to what we saw from them in their placements and even in Split 1, NIP are overreaching where they don't have to. On a flank, yet another Hail Mary coming in for the Ninjas in Pajamas.
Shun looking on the left side, trying to look for a better target angle away from the front line. Bullet Time is going to rip PP God to shreds once again. Ground beef on the menu. Shun being able to launch forward, and Aki just doesn't get a chance to impact this fight because everyone else on NIP just died. JDG will disgrace the Ninjas in their own home territory as they ace them on the Rift.
Yeah, Baron, it'll be the mid-tier 2 as well. NIP, man. It's been great. I don't know what else to say, dude. Like, this has just been, like, the biggest destruction that we've seen so far. Already here in Split 2. Maybe BLG and TT from yesterday being a bit more dominant. But in their home stadium, the newest one in Shenzhen, just honestly, beginning of Split 2, getting ready for playoffs in 8 weeks' time.
And to NIP's credit, they are not letting this go without a fight. They are putting JDG to the test. They are you know, kind of firing at really, really surprising timers and trying to just be aggressive whenever they can. But JDG have rose to the occasion. They have risen above the test that NIP have for them, as now they're going to try to defend this siege against the rest of JDG, but the bullet time is going to cook them once again. Scout rejoins the fray after getting punted out by the keeper's verdict. This is the peak of JDG and what you should come to look forward to for the rest of the season. Scout and Shun working hand in hand like the jungle mid duo we wanted them to be. JDG sweep NIP.
Sharpest when it comes to their execution in game, so we need to see them play strong early game around this misfortune. Can they move her around the map, and how are they leveraging 1xn?
This is looking a little dangerous for the bottom side of the map. Meanwhile, Satab and Care, very volatile mid lane. Orbit Deception doesn't find the second. Oh, Satab flashing in, but the Charm is going to find the one auto. Oh, they both die. Absolute cinema in the mid lane, bro.
As the Gragas player here, Mark, you would know we're killing 80 carries here, brother.
Opens up with the body slam. I mean, an early barrier. There's not much you can do. Yeah, that seemed way too easy. Meanwhile, Jway trying to get a jump on the Feather, but the immediate flash on the...
Maybe either spending too much time in the top lane. Great cancel coming in from Feather. Oh, now we even get the Realm Warp. Wait a minute.
In with the Realm Warp. Oh, they could be in trouble, but really great pulverize from Jway. It slows it down, but forced to flash away.
All right, buying some time. It is now the Dragon going over to FPX. Weren't able to make too many plays, and in trade for giving over a kill onto Awesome does mean that they're able to grab themselves the first objective of the game.
They did manage to secure themselves the first Dragon of the game. We'll see if that's something, realistic win condition they can continue to play for. I want to go back to what are the realistic spikes for FPX's composition, because as you said before, it definitely seems like FPX, while one note,
Gragas, it is going to be very reliant on Hoya actually landing skills, and inside lane you can try to kind of shadow the Gragas and get a little bit of chip damage away before, you know, kind of sending in Beichuan and Satab to overload one side with Realm Warp. But now with 6 grubs, I feel like TT are in a really good spot in this game. I mean, you're going to be able to hit turrets. You have this Misfortune who already does a hell of a lot of damage anyway, and now we're seeing this. They're setting up for a dive.
I mean, similar to NIP, Thundertalk are trying to use all 6 grubs by overloading the top lane so that Thundertalk are dissuaded on looking for the dive. But now, Satab all isolated by himself. The Charm and the Cease and Desist, the full combo from Jway's Alistar as he flashes in to guarantee the stun. FPX locked down Satab, but Shadow flashing away as his teleport is coming in just a little too slow.
Unless we get a Kaisa flying with the Killer Instinct.
I mean, Sheer still has teleport. He's been getting at least a wave to himself, if not a second one. The flash charm from Care will find another pick on the Feather. The bullet time just does nothing against FPX, and now he's got a Crescent Guard to keep things hot here for Beichuan. Uh-oh, Awesome got isolated. Joey was trying to run out alive, but doesn't make it out, and Thundertalk able to at least trade 2 kills here. Care teleporting out just so he can get out alive. I don't think Shadow's gonna be able to escape certain death here, but still, all this time, Sheer is getting 3 waves all to himself.
He's got it.
He gets first brick.
Yeah, so now they still lose out on the feats of strength. Sheer is going to eventually go down here to 1xn, and I just think, like, so many things went wrong here for the side of TT. I loved what we got to see from Jway in there, stopping the bullet time very early on, so...
Spirit rush out of there, but he is able to preserve the ultimate. Jway thinking about a Hex Flash, doesn't go for it over the wall. 5,000 HP on the Rift Herald. Care still lurking around on the left side, looking for that flank in the Pitzer. Who's the target here? I imagine it's 1xn. Hoya with the barrel, punts him away, and Jway is isolated. Yeah, he popped the ultimate, but he's not going to get that much value. Shadow tries to go in for the Smite Steal. Doesn't happen. Beichuan secures it. Bullet time will finish off Sheer, and the chase doesn't get any value. And now
what are we doing?
The Realm Warp. I don't know what's happening on FPX's side. They just completely collapsed.
Yeah, Satab was screening Care that entire time. Why are we waiting for the Rift Herald to go down? Ultimately dying. FPX now lose the second or the first Rift Herald. They'll lose this Dragon that's now spawning, and that Dragon Soul stacking that was potentially in their back pockets is just completely gone. And with the grubs as well, TT are going to have an explosion of gold. They're going to go from barely in the lead to 5,000 here.
Yeah, the Rift Herald doesn't quite find the charge, but they're still going to get a decent amount of damage down. And Thundertalk, you know, for all the concerns about the overgrouping and dropping the waves for, yeah, it definitely seems like when we saw them against IG, they were so decisive. They were so not very hesitant, is what I'm basically trying to say, in a lot of their decision making. I mean, we saw that on the pick on Satab, but yeah, the Rift Herald fight, definitely a glimpse where FPX very uncertain in what they wanted to do. Now, maybe a collapse here. Shadow will find 1xN, linking up with Awesome on the kill.
Oh, Dway!
Dway finds a multi-man pulverize, and that is boldness from the side of FPX. That is decisiveness as Dway will interrupt the Realm Warp. No escape will happen from Thunder Talk, and the concerns may just be alleviated.
Oh my god, Dway and Shadow save the game, or 1xN right now. Shadow is spotted here. We're already seeing Satab playing very smart on the wave right now. Go mid, you also have this Realm Warp. So we'll see how FPX are going to be able to secure this. Eyes now on Hoya.
Ooh, Care lunging forward for Hoya with the charm, but kind of missed that Spirit Rush as Hoya's able to dodge it
still
with
pushing
the body
mid.
slam. He's getting a lot of prio right now in mid lane. He's going to pressure for the tier 2 turret if FPX do not decide this cleanly. 2,000 HP. Oh, it got close to 900, but Shadow secures it. Now the fight begins. Another knockup by Dway, but he's in the thick of it. And Shadow, or Baitch1, I should say, trying to force Sheer out of the fight. Shadow tries to go forward, looking with the cease and desist, but he's got no backup. Awesome now goes in, but just a little too late. It's not synced up for FPX, and the Realm Warp will collapse onto Care's body. Thunder Talk with the ace.
Well, FPX now say in 4.5 minutes we have the chance to be able to fight back into this game, play for a little bit of a later game here. 6 grubs and the Otacon revive for the next minute and a half. It's going to be very tough for FPX to actually even get into a position where they can comfortably contest this objective.
The split 1 overperformance that may have happened, but Thunder Talk, at least against an opponent like FPX, who
kind of his teammate in Care previously. So we're starting up around the Baron here. Oh, Shadow. Oh, no.
Shadow took a cue into darkness, thinking that he was going to find something better than what he actually ended up getting, and Hoya just punishes freely. No jungler now for the side of FPX, and this is a free Baron for the side of Thunder Talk.
He saw the light. He was like, oh, I'm going into darkness. I'm getting us out of the fog of war, and the light was just a little too bright. It ended up being the heavenly gates going on through. So, and I think that the hopes of a Hextech Soul are, for the time being, going to be dashed, at least for the next 2 while this Baron buff is up and alive.
I mean, the crazy thing is that Thunder Talk technically have a 7,000, 8,000 gold advantage over FPX, but when you look at the item completions from FPX, they're somewhat even. There's 3 items on Kaisa, there's 3 items on Sheer, but yet it comes down to the execution. Maybe they can link it up this time on a 1xN. 3 divers, they find the misfortune this time around. Can FPX clean up the rest? Here comes Feather trying to create space for Satab, and Satab is just ripping through them all with the powers of magic. The runes, they've spoken, and they say FPX, you lose.
Oh, man. There's the Baron. There's 6 grubs. It is just Care by himself. And I think, like you said, Rise has decided that this game is over for TT.
Care's going to try to do his best, but without a Spirit Rush, without a Flash, and the power of 6 grubs and Baron, they're going to get the Nexus Tower. But you know what? Thunder Talk don't feel bold enough. They still have a Baron buff for the next 55 seconds, but it's now a 9,000 gold advantage for Thunder Talk. I can't help but feel, but this is all over.
I just don't think it's going to matter, right? You have 8 seconds before this kind of falls. You still have the Zonias. Teammates are going to come on through. Last fight here for FPX.
1 Hail Mary maybe left in the tank, and oh my goodness, Sheer just died. He sent it to the skies, and he buried his own grave. And now FPX are down to a 3-man against the full 5-man frontal assault of Thunder Talk, who can just lay down the hammer and lay in the damage. Thunder Talk continuing to roll down the deaths 1 by 1. Care and Awesome, the only members left standing on Fun plus Phoenix, but the base will not get defended today, as Thunder Talk just waiting on the next minion wave to end it all.
They've got a minion wave top, and if that doesn't work, well, hey, you got another one in mid and in bottom lane here. We thought FPX were going to be favorites coming into this, but hasn't looked like it.
Thunder Talk, an impressive Game 1 performance will open up the series, and they'll take the lead.
A lot of burst damage, a lot of that up front to be able to knock 1 or 2 players out before a fight. Talk about early skirmishing. Jhin has a lot of upfront damage, but I think the individual damage profile of TT's bot lane is very difficult to deal with. We'll have to see, and we don't have access to deeper rune knowledge here, at least for what they chose. Okay, I can see the vision here.
On to Feather, 4th bullet, does a lot of damage onto Leona, but now they're going to step right on back, knowing that Awesome's damage output is cut a little bit by the exhaust. Just one more auto attack, it is claimed by Feather, and the duo bot lane of ThunderTalk getting it done.
Control of this top side wave.
Yeah, Sheer taking a recall now, will get a chance to base, does not want to lane into the double, or the duo of 1xN and Feather. All 3 grubs secured. Shadow now just making his way to the Dragon Pit, but there's a ward on it from the side of ThunderTalk. I don't think they'll be able to stop them, but using this information, curious to see what ThunderTalk are able to get out of it.
I don't think there's much. Their bottom lane is taking a recall now. Maybe they try to make a little cheeky swap here as well. You do have, again, you were saying you want to kind of avoid the duo as Kennen and 1. I think if they're able to grab 2, they're going to be pretty lucky. Hoya is coming in with that Eclipse power spike, and no one is catching this top side wave. They make a snap engage on the Feather.
Right on the Feather, but Hoya is going to isolate Awesome. There's the slicing maelstrom from Sheer. Impale from Beichuan will stall out the fight here, but Hoya has to turn back and try to support the rest of his team. Satab, can he find something? He's going to looking for Jway here, but Awesome now just gets to pump the damage onto this Jhin. Now that he's undeterred, it's only down to Satab to see if he can clean up the fight here. Multiple low health.
He's doing it!
Quadra kill! Can he set up the Penta? Chasing down Awesome. He's still got a flash and cleanse. I don't think it's going to happen, but Satab managing to salvage that fight for ThunderTalk.
The solo lanes of ThunderTalk able to do so much in that play. It's only 2 grubs going over to FPX, and right now, all of that happening, Hoya is able to grab that last one. It had a slight advantage from the laning phase, now 4 kills. He comes out of base, 8 stacks on Darksteel, completed Luden's Companion, and almost 2,000 gold to his name over Care.
Yeah. As you called it, between the 4 kills and the 30 CS differential he was amassing by himself in the laning phase, how can you deliver? How can you be the one that secures the win for here? And FPX, knowing how important it is to shut down Satab, and they are not going to let him have an easy game. The shutdown comes in clean for Care, but Beichuan with the Impale is going to pull them right under the tower. Not close enough. And Beichuan does fall. Shadow able to clean up that one. Hoya coming in with the teleport, with the rest of FPX overloading on the bottom side of the map. 1xN now arriving to the party to see if he can at least aid in the fight. Public execution turning towards the side of 1xN, puts him on the other side, but Awesome with the curtain call, fires the sniper bullets from downtown, and Sheer will find a great slicing maelstrom to really stun the odds of ThunderTalk. And just like that, all the hopes dashed away by FPX. Hoya can just mark the Kennen and not let him get into position for that slicing maelstrom. Jway already taking a lot of damage from Satab's Aurora on the right side. Still can pull off a flank. Sheer getting pushed right into this crevice with FPX.
Hoya.
Oh, okay. They look right onto the front. Beichuan looking immediately for Care. The Yone completely CC'd and not getting a chance to play the game. They turn right onto Satab, looking for the bunny. Aurora is taken down, but the rest of ThunderTalk have not been threatened yet. And the rest of FPX are completely cut off by Awesome. Hoya forced to flash away. Beichuan in the middle of it all. But 1xN can now lay in the Gatling gun. And Shadow is cut off from the rest of the support. Sheer's got nothing left in the tank since there's no slicing maelstrom. Goes back in, tries to set up the stun. The first bullet from Awesome finds 1xN in the back. But now you have to deal with an Ambessa in melee range. Can he find enough damage? It's not going to happen. Hoya sidestepping the deadly flourish. Drakehound stance on masterclass from Hoya.
Now being taken from the side of ThunderTalk. For FPX, how can we continue to replicate some of these fights? Because this game doesn't get easier for you, as well as, I mean, Satab is still a monster to deal with this Aurora.
When FPX don't get the jump on him, then Satab really ruins their day. And they kind of took the same line of thinking and making sure that Care didn't actually get to play the game that time around when they were able to layer the CC chain. But I think both of the mid laners here, very important to their team's success. the way that the responsibility of both of these champions and how much impact they can have has been leveraged upon them. The gold lead being evened up again. 2 dragons to the name of ThunderTalk, 1 to FPX Satab. No flash available. Gonna try to use the Between the Worlds to create some distance, but Shadow has got the permafrost, and Sheer can close the distance here. And it's just a little too far forward from Satab on the side lane.
Gonna have to be a big performance from him, who he's already gathered a pretty sizable lead for himself. He just needs to keep himself calm, cool, and collected if he wants to be able to bring home the win.
Was able to do it on the rise, but now a big engage from FPX, and Care on the left side flank this time, not CC'd, is able to find a massive fade sealed into another Q3. The follow-up from the rest of the FPX squad ensures the deaths of multiple ThunderTalk members. 4 have hit the floor. Hoya is still on the side lane pushing for a tier 2 turret, but the rest of FPX are going to take everything else from ThunderTalk.
I mean, where was the exhaust from Feather? You put it onto the Yone, not the Kennen that's ripping your backline apart. That feels like a pretty big mistake, and Satab yet again gets caught out. It opens up a Rift Herald to be dropped in mid. 2 turrets here for FPX, as well as the Otacon. Mark, I feel like we are getting a Game 3 here, as FPX have just been that much more precise when it comes to finding their engage.
Seeing where he could be on the Rift. It was the Otacon GAs that were acquired.
What are we doing? What are we doing?
I mean, what is going on here? I mean, Sheer does pop the Slicing Maelstrom. ThunderTalk being able to set up proper battle lines, but these are just Otacon GAs being ripped apart here. Awesome. Now opening up with the Curtain Call, trying to fish for some damage on the back line. 4th bullet does not connect on the Satab. Deadly Flourish does not connect either. And for ThunderTalk's credit, at least they took away 2 withdrawals from the side of FPX, but they're not able to contest for the Dragon here.
I think they're okay with giving over the Dragon. It is going to be a Cloud Soul, something that is going to, if that is going to be a realistic win condition, does provide some issues for the team. You look at FPX, so many of these champions would love to have the movement speed after casting their ultimates. So it's going to be a turret here for the side of ThunderTalk, finally able to use some of those Void Grubs that we saw from them. Oh, Sheer!
Forced to flash, Feather follows up, and that's just a really nice routing off from the side of ThunderTalk. I don't know if they got vision on where Sheer was coming from, but just really great understanding of getting that pick down.
Body on the Sejuani to wait for the minion wave. There'll be a trade of turrets here, and now no flash for Feather if they decide to go for a play.
Yeah, very little ways of being able to threaten this Jhin from popping off. Wait!
It's fake.
Okay,
it's
crash
fake,
from
it's
Beichuan.
fake,
The
it's
cleanse
fake.
is already used. Beichuan, but there's
Oh,
the
it's real!
execution. ThunderTalk had the collapse. I don't know how they didn't get a chance to see Beichuan being able to sneak into that bottom quadrant, but huge pickup for ThunderTalk.
Have to be looking at the solo lanes here for FPX. Care's trying to find something, but Care.
Satab getting affected by Care.
Satab's down!
The Yone is able to pop the Yone now. It's all down to 1xN Ahoy to carry out this fight. Care now in the middle of 1v4. Jway sets up a massive Magnastorm. Shadow throws his body in there, but Beichuan is affecting Care and seeing him to all hell.
Hoya!
It's all up to you. He slices down the swordsman, and now this poor Rider's got nowhere else to run. The Arctic Assault manages to get him out over the wall, but Beichuan is hunting.
Hoya makes the same play. Awesome. The
flash
ult is...
though.
Oh, uh-oh.
Great count stance. No! Awesome! Not like this!
You step too far in mid, and you get punished again. So Hoya...
5 members to 4. Awesome still dead for another 10 seconds. Care. Gotta be careful with that Soul Unbound in case ThunderTalk had engage abilities ready to punish. This is a Yone without flash, and the Dragon will go uncontested to ThunderTalk unless nope, Shadow is on the other side of the map.
Yep. All right.
Oh, look at the flank from Sheer. He's unseen on that right side. Jway is gonna try to lead and get some vision down first.
They know Sheer's here now.
Yeah. Baron is at 3K. Hoya gets full vision.
They steal it.
Beichuan's with the Impale. 1800. Who's gonna secure it? Shadow gets it. Slicing Maelstrom already used, but wait, Sheer is popped. Satab unaffected and now trying to pressure Awesome out of the fight. Hoya flashing forward, looks for the slice.
They got him!
So right there it is. Awesome falls. Satab and Hoya do it again. Being the heroes for ThunderTalk. Hoya living up to the pressure and delivering for TT.
They grab the mid-tier 2, but I think this is going to be the solo lanes of TT going down.
Permafrost almost in range. Care secures it. The Ambessa has been slain. And for FPX's credit, They have the Baron buff on their side. They can still play the map. Lower side. He's going to roll on in. Stunning up Drake, forcing the
Drake
flash.
got caught, though.
Bring this rail right in the middle, under the tower. The Magnastorm just trying to slow down the fight between Worlds and Hoya. Public execution, right on the sheer slicing Maelstrom gets cut in half. Care with the fate sealed, all in the front, and no one is hitting Awesome, and he is laying down the damage. Curtain call, opens up the triple kill. One more bullet. It goes sidestep by the Beachwan, but man, FPX still rocking with their main carries, and it's just a Scorpion on the side of ThunderTalk. It might be enough for FPX to take it all in the base.
How much more can they push for here? I think it's pretty risky, but you look at the timers. Next one up here for ThunderTalk is 10 seconds on Feather. Not been able to have that same level of performance in terms of the carry, so now we're looking at that picture. We're going to get another fight!
What is going on? There's so many circles on my screen. Beachwan had the impale, but the slicing Maelstrom stunned them all up. Hoya now rise to the play. Awesome, having to deal with Satab. He's gonna hop in. Just one more auto attack finishes off the Jhin. But now Satab's got to deal with the rest of the FPX squad, being able to dodge the flash shuriken from Sheer.
Oh no.
But Shadow is too tanky on the Sejuani, and Satab's got nowhere else to go. FPX just overwhelming ThunderTalk at this point.
Yeah, and now they get them caught out. They're just going to go mid. They're going to end the game, and we are headed to game number 3 in this series.
Yeah, even Jue is going to ensure that Beachwan cannot get the base off so he can defend FPX. Rise to the occasion. They're going to be able to answer back from the woes of game 1. Feather spawns, and maybe he'll try to stall as much as he can, but it's not going to happen. As I called it, Game 3 is on the way, y'all. FPX gonna be able to even out the series. We are going the distance.
Far too many mistakes. Stop something like a Gnar or a Galio or even this Viego. So TT playing the numbers game, wanting to play time. They want to try to extend this game for as long as possible. You have so much great front line. So junglers already starting off. Shadow took a little bit of a modified path. He's going for Raptor's start into immediately moving over to the bottom side. I love what FPX are doing. Trade HP early and set up for Shadow to come here in a few minutes time.
Yeah. Already the heal forced out of Feather, but they're still putting the pain and the damage down. 1xN getting flashed on by both Jue and Awesome, and it's just that simple. 1xN, you can see in the pro player cam, getting a little frustrated just by the awesome raw power of FPX's bot lane too. Buckle under the pressure first before any of the rest of their teammates. Now Hoya might get jumped on by Shadow. Oh, the root connected. Hoya's just gonna have to flash over the wall, but I feel like Shadow will do the same, and FPX not wasting a single moment to already get things done early on in the game.
Oh my god, Beishwan is bot lane. These two don't have flash. It's a cleanse available for Awesome. Oh my god, he gets under the turret.
Under the turret, now 1xN is just too far away from Beachwan. The bot lane collapses while the jungler for ThunderTalk was trying to set up for that dive. It's just going bad to worse, and now Beachwan will try to salvage it, but he's turning on to the support. Awesome is totally fine in this lane setup. Wait, misplay. A lot of the early interactions with FPX's duo. Shadow now going to benefit off of the raw strength that FPX have amassed for themselves. Getting the first dragon. Still 20 seconds before the first rotation of grubs. Maybe FPX will have a chance to at least contest and not allow ThunderTalk to get all 3 for free. And match Satab's own posturing. It gives Awesome and Jue enough safety while Shadow gets to reap the rewards. Now that the grubs are being taken, Satab and Beachwan know they have to force something so that they do not let it go for free. Weaver's Wall gonna come in. Care immediately setting the hero's entrance. Just not enough burst damage coming down on the Jue and Awesome, and the dive has been dissuaded. Beachwan and Satab. Hoya just taking a little bit of damage there.
All right, they
doesn't
get
have
vision.
TP available. And the grubs will go over to ThunderTalk as you called out, but as you said it, FPX letting Shadow solo the dragon on the bottom side of the map while Awesome and Jue answer 1xN and Feather on the top side. And I think it's going to show that FPX are trying, they're taking risks, but they're understanding that the payoff is by ensuring that Awesome and Jue are still matching 1xN and Feather, and they're not letting this Jinx freely scale into the game.
Keep this map close guarded and trying to protect themselves. Satab is coming on over. Sheer does have teleport.
Oh, keeper's verdict punts Awesome away.
Awesome's
That's a lot of
out.
the damage gone. Shadow not going to get a chance to be able to compete for this Rift Herald. Might be forced to use the Heartbreaker just to get out over the wall.
Dragon going over to the side of FPX. So TT not only need to get a lot of work done with this Rift Herald. I think Shear's fine. He does have Flash. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, it's getting blocked. It's getting blocked. Okay. All right. Good body block around the Dragon. I really hope it's not Redemption, but I can understand. And now TT, they get the Herald. They can now move this potentially into bottom lane if they really want to. Let's see if Bitron has been practicing some drifts. Okay, hugs the wall. Nice. So he'll have the angle.
Okay, not quite yet.
Unfortunate.
Of him right now, the way he's navigating on the Talia, the way he's been able to trade, and he's finding really good Weaver's walls to create optimal situations for ThunderTalk in some of these objective fights. Trouble, but he's able to limp away. He escapes barely with under 200 HP. FPX still trying to maintain the defense on the tower, but they're going to have to give it over to 1xN and Feather.
And now the game is starting to deteriorate here for FPX.
And being able to rip the 4th dragon of the game away from FPX's hands, denying that Cloud Soul, at least for themselves. They're going to give time to Sheer to break open the tier 1 on the top side of the map. We'll see how much damage he can get on the tier 2. Escort him out back to safety. ThunderTalk still absorbing the plays attempted by FPX.
You can see how frustrating this game is going to be.
Want to be able to help eliminate this Jinx, this Talia from the fight so that you can carry on the rest of it. Care getting caught out by Beichuan, but he can absorb it. The arrow hits 1xN in the back, actually forces a cleanse. And the hostile takeover buys open space. That's one front line member gone from ThunderTalk. Shadow now looking for another Heartbreaker, just does it defensively. Jway trying to step on forward. Hoya on this Scion is going to step up and grant them vision as the Super Mega Death Rocket connects on the Jway. Not enough damage, and Care.
Do FPX feel comfortable to be able to flip the game around this objective?
Oh, Shadow. Gotta be careful. Oh, look at
Shadow.
the Hoya with the unstoppable onslaught. Shadow has got to be the big carry in the Viego.
He's caught.
He's not going to get a chance to do anything. He gets popped by ThunderTalk. And look at 1xN on the resets with the Jinx. He's going to lay waste to the entire Fun Plus Phoenix squad. Sheer and Care, the only members left, but they've got nowhere to go. Sheer might just have to give his life so that Care can escape, but ThunderTalk have come back with a vengeance. Ever since the early game, Fun Plus Phoenix struck against 1xN and Feather, and vengeance tastes so sweet.
That pick onto Shadow might be what officially breaks this game. ThunderTalk got through a tough early game and now find themselves a dragon that they can start up on spawn if they really want to, and now Otacon GAs.
Spawned, but you have to imagine that Fun Plus Phoenix are just not in a position anymore to be trying to fighting ThunderTalk at this state in the game. 3.5 items completed for 1xN, the Infinity Edge being able to get picked up here. Flash and Cleanse at the ready. Weaver's Wall from Satab will cut off Shadow. The Heartbreaker able to buffer through the wall slam by Beichuan, but it's another tower gone and another step closer to a victory for ThunderTalk.
And it is so dangerous now for FPX. They need to make plays.
They can just buy time and wait for this next dragon to spawn, where they'll feel a little bit better about trying to contest for the objective now that Sheer is not in mega form.
Okay. How much damage is going to be real? Sheer will have access to Meganar in a few. Betron's trying to move forward. I think this is 2-4.
Right the backline. Hoya follows up with the unstoppable onslaught. Shadow's the target once again. The bailout. It doesn't save him. Hoya goes down, but there is no Viego Reset City. There is no Nar to save FPX. The Super Mega Death Rocket puts a big damage marker.
That's it.
That's it. ThunderTalk have completely taken headshots at Fun Plus Phoenix in the sky and take them out of their momentum. ThunderTalk won't even care about the dragon. They're going to push it in for the win.
And the Split One Darlings find their rhythm here in game number 3. Your All-Pro from Spring, 1xN and Feather, make it happen in the last game of the series.
ThunderTalk able to rise against what FPX had to offer. Fortitude strong, resolve undeterred, and that is what I'm Thunder talking about, baby! Shadow's gonna revive at the very end, but it's not going to be enough against the strength of the comp. GG, well played, Thunder Talk, take the series.
Whereas BLG, they've got tools from Bin, Wei, and On to get themselves a fight going. Mako is really the only one who can look for those true engages in his own.
Do so this time around. Mako going to stop the back of On. This is merely a distraction, though. Mako going to go around the corner. See that, BLG? We're starting up the dragon. Maybe trying to force way out of the pit now. On will turn back around. And this is just a little pressure for Mako, but it might get a little hot and heavy for him here soon. Going to use the grand entrance to get out of there. And just being a menace here as BLG will take the dragon in perfect timing to go contest on the grub side of the map.
And that's just, honestly, the best case scenario right here. Shy is positioned here. Not even like he's playing aggressively, but he has to catch these minions, and he's in a bit of a tricky spot.
Oh, I think he took the bait. He's going to try to slice and dice, but the big public execution for Bin. The Dominus is going to be popped. Wei is struggling to find an entrance into this. He went back and forth, but now the turret is going to help. And, oh, the Shy. He's going to survive for a little bit longer. He has the CC, he is a ruthless predator. He wants the Shy! The Shy gets the solo right back, and Bin, you found your master. He does have a lot of strength with his Dominus pop. Now, oh, he went back in. That was asking for too much, and now Elk gets a kill, and that's on his way to glory on the Ezreal.
Mako able to get out of danger as well, but the jungler for Invictus Gaming not nearly as lucky. Now Gala walking on Vision, beelining it for the buy.
I love it. We're just getting fisticuffs between these two teams. And this is here early on. Now finally Gali gets a big bullet time because he finally got his ultimate. Odds going down to a double kill to Gala, but Mako's getting low. An auto attack from Elk will claim his life. And now Knight, without mana, has to back away. It is bloodshed on the Rift here.
5 on 1 item anyway. AD carries much more hyper-scaling focused usually as the Shy again hops forward. Now 3 people.
Okay, maybe this is enough. They're going to be double TPs coming in. The Shy is going to heal up, but it's not nearly enough. Now this TP is doomed from Rookie. He's going to flash out immediately. Now down that flash. Rookie has to be very careful. Still has the Spirit Rush available. Mako decides he wants to go in. The double CC onto the bullet time, but it's not enough. Flash from Elk, and nice win becomes lightning. JJ is a master of magic as a double kill comes through, and IG, they're damn doing it. A kill goes right back, and Wei gets a double of his own. Now TP right back. We are not stopping Bin.
Why is effectively useless? And I want to keep your eyes on Mako here. Channels the quickness as he gets off of the Unraveled Earth, knowing that he can't then get stunned up. Double flash comes through, and it's a W flash from JJ. The headbutt from On ultimately sacrifices himself and his AD carry as it punts them back into the team. And after all of this, a couple of turret shots too many, the TPs come through, but IG opened 1k gold lead. It's not a lot, but it's enough so far to give them a small foot up in this match.
It's something, and we said they spike in the mid game, especially with Gala. They're looking at the first turret here as well. All 5 plates going their way. That's massive gold. A little bit of separation is going to be those plates going the way of BLG on top side. See if they can actually finish off this last one. But they're onto a tier 2 tower in bot lane.
They're not stopping him, Azel. They've got a couple of those grubs. They've got 4 people down here, and they know they're going to lose the tier 1 top lane, so why not make it worth their while? Plating's still up, so Knight takes his time to get through these, but we'll manage to find a little bit of gold. 425 for the Talia is not insignificant. And
outplays them again!
It's a great sidestep on the Vault Breaker. Wei would have definitely taken out the Croc had that landed, but a little backstep keeps the Shy alive and nets IG a Rift Herald on this top side. TP immediately back down to this bot lane. Is getting himself a tier 1 turret, and it looks like IG have actually bullied Wei off of the Drake, so he was so low from that initial dive that he actually can't do anything to get that dragon.
Oh, the Shy is back. You don't kill the monster, it'll come back and haunt you in your dreams. That will be another dragon secured by IG. Second there for them.
Situations, it's about the cross map. He's going to have to do it once more. Dominus is up in 3 seconds here.
They hate him. They literally hate him. They are sending everybody. They even get the true shot in the picture in the family photo. This time, Wei will flash it, or at least try to get that extra angle there, not flash, and get this kill onto the Shy. He finally takes him down. It was like 4 ganks that went awry before they finally got it, but this entire time, IG has been taking this mid lane, and now maybe even looking to charge back into this top lane too. He's not going to be able to turn that corner.
Do anything for either side, as now Gala looking onto on. Wei just sort of getting T-posed on.
Gala just stepped up to on. Might even take down Wei. Oh, Mako went a little too ham there. Wei will go down immediately as you do get that Spirit Rush out of Rookie. It is going to be that big trade, but Wei being off the map, I feel like is more important than Mako being off the map. Being pace with BLG, they're even ahead of pace of BLG. Was 2.5k in the lead here. BLG will scoop back up some of that gold with these side lane turrets going down. We are on second items. We're in that mid game here. We're waiting on kind of third item spikes, especially for Elk. What's absolutely insane. We did just get the 10 proc for Rookie. The flash out right onto him, though. The cease and desist, everything used. Seismic shove. The public execution is going to come in for Bin in the turn. They end up exercising Mako.
Shy looking to take this turret on this top side. He uses W to reset the auto, but now having used his slice and dice with 2 people up here, let's see, can he pull some more magic?
Back. Wei might have a postcard here of the Shy. He's going to slice and dice his way away. The flash out, maybe a little bit of distance gained here is enough. He's going to look to fight back as well. True Shot Barrage going to come across, and Wei gets another kill onto the Shy.
They're biting off just a little more they can chew, and for BLG, it's a great little pick on that top side.
And we have to think about what comes next is the fight for BLG. They just pounce on a Dede. Now the rest of the team is here. Rookie trying to get resets. The bullet time going to go completely wide there from Gala. And that's where you put yourself in a tough position because now Bin has TP to the back line and Rookie just gets taken down by Elk. This will be a denial of the Soul Point Dragon, and BLG will tie up 2-2 in the Dragon score.
Yeah, and importantly, they close up that gold lead as well. So far, this game had been pretty heavily favored for IG, but BLG with just a couple of good moves around the map that IG aren't quite able to respond to appropriately. Now they're the ones securing the Dragon, securing the Atakan as well.
Choice.
Exactly. We're returning our eyes onto Mako. How many people can you find with the charm? How good is your engage? Because it lies with this Rakan.
Oh, there is a rescue effort coming for Bin. He is a man stranded out in the water, and the Coast Guard is on its way. Maybe talking about the Coast Guard. Here comes BLG to save Bin. Bin is still alive. Bin is going to dash and finally die. Wei is still in there, though, and he's going to find big picks. Gala's here, though, and BLG, they are the ones that bitten off a little bit more than they could chew. Elk's going to right that wrong here and set the pace for this fight. We still have 3 bodies versus 3 bodies. A reset trying to come through from Rookie. He's not able to get any setup of damage, but Elk now going to get engaged on. Bullet time stopped immediately by Gala. He realizes what was coming his way. IG have to separate. They need to throw the white flag up just like their colors, and they need to run away, but Elk will sit him down. And we talked about this pick for Elk. It is a crucial one, and it's coming up clutch.
We talked about the pick for Elk. We talked about Elk for BLG. He is coming up clutch, Mazel. In these fights, untouched, unchecked, just rattling damage, mystic shot after mystic shot, landing, lethal with his accuracy, and starting to really put BLG in the forefront. Get to go. Getting on hold of the Ezreal this game is going to be so difficult. Remember, the only engage for IG really is coming out of Mako that's consistent, that's reliable. The streak's been started, it's already gone down. And now IG, they're split.
Oh, Wei is going to take a fight at Dede, but I don't think he has any teammates there. There's the flash coming out now. Mako trying to buy some time for the rest of IG. Look at the Shy. He's going to be engaged back into the team. The Shy, he is caught, and he's the focus. He is down. Elk takes him out, and now BLG will run down IG. I think they might have this vision play here, though, that they can play into for IG's favor. Some fancy feats.
Yeah. Could have been the Unbreakable Will being burned, but it's not going to be the case. Hold on.
Oh, JJ's in there. Okay, the charm point blank lands bullet time over top of it. IG, they found some big picks, and IG's getting resets now for Rookie. The charm connects again, and here comes the hurt. IG, from the brink of losing control of this game, will retake the lead and go for the Baron.
And out of nowhere, IG spring a trap. They take down Elk, the player who'd been playing on the knife's edge but so perfectly this entire game. finally falls, and just like that, it's IG who claim the Baron, who claim a massive set of shutdowns, and that are all of a sudden right back in the driver's seat. Digit goes in, and there's no follow-up. He's inting. But the second rookie flashes in, the second Mako follows up as well.
It's to boot. And looking to get some more of this side lane turret gold down. Gala trying to step in here, get this one down. Maybe even looking at an inhib turret. BLG will have a good defense.
Bot wave, maybe a little bit suboptimal as they do for an engage.
Okay, well, Mako gets completely caught. He also burned the quickness there. So he'll be down for 45, and the defense will be good from BLG, I guess. Started up, Rude.
Just waiting, biding their time. The Shy spotted on a flank. He's going to see Wei go in.
Oh, he's going to go for the steal. He charges it up. Only 4,000 health, though. They get the cease and desist down. The Shy going to collapse on the way. Gala out with the flash, but gets flashed on by the rest of BLG. They take down him, and now they get the separation. It will be IG getting the dragon, going to Soul Point themselves, and that was a heck of a split fight for BLG that IG will take all day.
So who's going where?
Yeah, because once you commit to that initial play, trying to get the steal. Oh, speaking of an initial play, Wei is going down here. He's got the triple talent strike there, and he's going slowly but surely to the grave. And a big pick back to back. Now, IG have wrestled full control of this game.
Rookie's full build as well on this Ari is
20 stacks, by the way. They go for the engage. Wei is trying to go full in here, but he's already chunked out. Public execution on the back line. Look at Bin. He's trying to make the difference here. Is Gigabit activated or is it Super? The Shy is Elk getting the cleanse immediately there with that Mercurial Scimitar. The Shy getting low, but he's getting pushed back. Bullet time coming back out. Wei gets tagged at the very end. It goes down, but look at this engage from Knight and Elk. Elk sits one down, looking for another. Church of Breath flashed out of, and BLG, they are sticking to their gun. Will have theirs here soon, at least for Elk, but Dragon is coming up on the table in 35, and Wei want a preemptive pick with BLG, trying to steam forward onto them. Knight going a little bit too far. Knight,
wrong side.
The golden left hand has crumpled into dust, and now Rookie trying to get Elk is going to get that Mercurial, and now they have the pressure onto this Dragon. This is Hextech Soul, Rude.
20 seconds. That's 30 seconds of
my
Knight being dead.
They try to go for the Shy getting low, but he's Dominus. He's going to go down. Now, look at Elk. Elk has been free pumping. Bullet time coming in and on is down now. Ben going to be caught, going to flash out, but look at Elk. He's going on to Gala. Gala's caught. Gala needs one auto. That flash came up right in time for Elk, but his GA isn't enough. True shot barrage. Look at Elk, man. This guy is popping off, and he's got mad Elk disease. He's in there like swimwear, and a double kill for the BLG super carry.
The AD carries this game have been crucial, and when given the time, when given the space, when given 6 items and a can-do attitude, it's Elk that comes alive, that saves the fight for BLG.
We said from draft, like, this is a comfort pick for him. This is something he relies on late game carry, that extra damage to follow through with the over-the-top nature of BLG's dives, and he is making it look masterful against Gala.
In one team fight, Mazel, 16,000 damage from Elk. One single team fight.
The next highest was like 8,000 on the other side of things. Elk is pumping here.
Spirit Rush, remember, level 18. This cooldown comes up very quickly, but he just burned Mercurial, which is 90 seconds, and the Alistair ult.
Oh, he tries to use the public execution to get a little bit of distance, but Bin is now caught. This play was in seeding their top lane, though, and they lose that inhib turret. Exactly that, and we've been over a kill a minute here as well. And just the exact kickoff to this best of 3 that I would have wanted. Another inhib turret actually goes down. And now Didier, he's going to be caught. Gets that Crescent Guard out there, is able to defend. Inhib 2, they're going to burst it down. Maybe this Baron buff is not going to hold on, so it's going to have to be a back off of that siege. I mean, he's got 25 stacks on the Magi's. He has that charm that can take down Elk in that single blow potentially, but Elk having that GA now that he switched over is going to make that way more difficult, and this is why you draft this kind of composition. You're able to siege down these structures very easily, and another one goes down in favor of BLG.
Particular, BLG have a lot of control. They have complete control over the river.
Oh, Dede might get his GA popped here. It's going to go with the bullet time on top. He's not down. He has not gone out. Big charm there for Rookie. Rookie trying to get resets, but here comes Bin. And now the Weaver's wall across. Knight going to knock them down. And the Hextech Soul is doing work. All of a sudden, you look at IG. They are missing arms. They're missing legs. And now they're missing heads. BLG have come to town, and you gotta pay the tax man.
Twice in this game, BLG were thwarted. They were set behind, but with clutch factor, 2 LPL championships from last year, they rally, they come back, and they're gonna take game 1.
What a game 1. I'm just sitting here like the gladiator meme. Are you not entertained? We're finally in Group Ascend. We're finally in the big promised land of the LPL, and BLG deliver a massive blow to IG in this best of 3. For sure, in that regard. But now the Nautilus, we'll see what they can do. But the Lilia has been rising in priority, and this time it's not into the Sejuani that we've seen so many times, and it is into the Pantheon. So how do you think this jungle matchup works out now? Potentially have on this bot side, if any.
Yeah, like you say, right, he's moving his way down to that bot lane. Hook
Oh
hits.
my god, the flash out too, and Mako out with a smidgen of health and is gonna survive. It is indeed, and we can start talking a little bit more about that Grub setup now, as it is gonna be Zed potentially looking for a little bit of deep vision, as he might be looking at mid lane if they can get the engage here. Oh my god, the bump back, and now they get the CC as well, as Knight might just go down here after all that early damage, and the spear is not going to be enough, but Mako, he can get the shock blast combo with Rookie, and that's a 1-2 punch from heaven.
BLG whiffed hard.
That's one way to put it, that's for sure. They go unpunished, though.
I'm expecting, actually, it'll go back to live, so they may be saved.
They might be saved now. Flash from Elk there. He's going to be happy he still had that one. With that Grand Starfall, finds himself in the predicament onto Wei. Wei's going to hit that lilting lullaby to try to get away himself. Gets 2 sleeps and that damage back. On gets the CC, and here comes Bin. There's that Fate Nova coming through. On is going down. The Shy is doing massive work on this Aurora right now and has been farming up a Storm. Is level 7, and that Mega Inferno Bomb is going to separate the rest of the team. Golly gets a pick, and BLG, they're falling apart here. IG coming away with the kills early.
Snipe!
Elk with the no-look snipe. Oh my god, this man is on fire today. Kills. They got kills across the table. Elk has 2 kills. If there's anything to go off in this series so far, is that Elk is on 1 today, and it is officially business for him to put down IG. Gonna miss that Chains of Corruption there as the Caster Curse comes through, and IG now gonna look to this Dragon as they want to press it, but BLG, they're moving in. They do not want to give this one up for free. Wei is on the other side of this pit, but it's Dede trying to hold on some time here. Mega Inferno Bomb across. Knight is in the back line against Gala. He's trying to chase him down, but Elk is going to go down now. Unstoppable Onslaught has joined the fight, and there you go. Bin has been activated. On, going to chase down Gala. Died to the supportal combat there, and IG, they've started to lose more than they came with, and it's another big pick into the Shy. He's gonna have to flash out, and Rookie might just get CC'd. Rookie so close.
The rocket
dodges the rocket from Knight. Not able to get it as BLG, but it is chaos across the rift.
Okay, other than the fact that we need to put BLG off of skill shot champions, they are coming alive in these fights. Grand Star falls. JJ has flash.
Oh, he tried to get the separation. Oh my god. Oh no.
Oh
what is
no.
happening on my screen right now? Skill shots, everything going wide. Flashes going wide. Knight is now here to try to separate on. On's going to flash over. Here comes Elk as well. IG have overstayed their welcome. And they get booted out of the house as Ben comes in as the bodyguard to get one last knockup on a Dede. And BLG, they're running away with this one.
Slow start for BLG, but a mighty fast turn onto game number 2. Gala's going to get this turret, but it's going to cost him maybe quite dearly.
That's an 11-minute first turret with all 5
might
plates.
win.
TP's coming in.
Yeah.
You got saving bodyguard rookie coming through to try to put Knight down as he's going to try to get to this blast cone.
He's able to explode that final turret plating and finds himself 2 turret plates, first brick gold, all in the one fell swoop. So this Ziggs actually massive injection of gold, but with 6 grubs going to BLG, and now their chance on the top side to focus out of the shy. I mean, everybody is walking up to this top side, by the way. Look at the minimap.
If he can hit level 6. Grand Starfall, they want to collapse on an Elk, but Elk's going to dodge out and hit this Chains of Corruption. And here comes On with his own preemptive engage. Again, Mako still has not hit level 6. He finally does. Solar Flares available. Lilting Lullaby going to come in on both members, though. And JJ getting low. JJ going down. Look at the other side. The Rookie. He's trying to make that save grace. He's Spider-Man on that tram, and he's pulling the cars together. He's got another one. And Rookie is going pop-off mode here. Mega Inferno Bomb from Gala. That's a triple kill from Rookie, and the Shy has now come into the fold. Ben is not going to have enough against this damage profile that IG have, and Ben will slowly, like a skyscraper, be toppled to the ground. Mako going to get out there as well. One more bomb from them. Oh no, Gala missed it, but the satchel charge is enough. They get the pick, and IG are right back in this thing.
This game, Mazel, was probably the best LPL Ziggs that we had in 2024. And the small parts of that fight where he's just satcheling 2 people, causing a little bit of disruption, are why he got that title. A great team fight from Gala, a massive team fight from Rookie, and it's the hands checks that IG this time come out on top with.
They do indeed. It's a back and forth topsy-turvy nature in this game, but what a fight from IG. Now, Bird is just not sitting right with her.
No, and TP down to this bot side now. It's BLG with these 6 grubs that are looking to make a play. Wave's already gone, though.
Oh, that's bold. They're just forcing this under turret. That's the unstoppable onslaught. Rookie just goes down. Ben not going to fall. That's that health pool you were talking about in the draft.
Ben just says, yeah, you're wrong about that, buddy. Unfortunately, unstoppable onslaught straight underneath the turret slams Rookie into the sky.
Back to back, but it is that quick decision making that breaks open some of these advantages for them, and now they're looking at a tier 2 trade for that Rift Herald play.
Yeah, this is really good stuff from BLG. In the long run, they may lose their tier 1 turret in the mid lane for this, but remember, right, what would BLG look to get from this Rift Herald? Probably 1 turret, maybe a second, but what have they got? What have they gained by not going for it? It's already 2 turrets, and they might even find a fight in the mid lane as well off of baiting IG in.
They did bait him in. Now Gala and JJ forced to run away. Gets knocked up by Ben, who was winning the push. Gala is gone. Secret Agent Ben. That might be the biggest body-built Secret Agent I've ever seen. And he finds the angle, takes down Gala.
The jostling for position where the hands checks come through.
Way actually hitting a swirl seed there onto JJ in the middle of the fight there. Now the Shy able to separate a lot of distance. Look at Ben. He's got this pincer maneuver into the fight, into the unstoppable onslaught. And that Dragon will be taken by JJ. So it'll be a nice one. Grand Starfall coming into the back line now. JJ looking for impact. Going on to Elk, but Elk dodges out. Elk dies though to Rookie. Hammer slammer there, but now look at Knight. Knight has been picking apart pieces. Gala is the big damage remaining. Mako getting low, going to use the blast cone to get out. The Shy is still there, but Knight needing to get in the fight. The CC lockdown. Knight missing the rocket. That was so close, but now he has to run away.
It's Gigabin!
His Gigabin status, and he is built like a mountain. 5,000 damage almost done, and he's gonna rack those points up now on the Shy. It might have been the Shy's game in the lane, but it's Ben's kingdom in the LPL. Rocky.
Hey, Mazel, remember, we're only halfway through game number 1 in terms of game time at the minute. Now we're looking for another fight.
Oh, Solar Flare onto Elk, though. That's a big trouble. Now they pincer him. He's getting everything thrown on top of him. Rookie hits him with the Shock Blast. Big lilting lullaby, though. This is massive. And now Knight untouched in the back here, too. Maybe Bid going up big with another fight. He is so damn tanky, man. The wall does not fall. And Bid able to separate the rest of IG out. Knight using his big defense as a massive leaping off point.
Bin ends up once again demolishing in the team fight. They're going to take this tier 1 turret, and then Rookie just extended a little far forward here. He's able to walk his way out to safety.
His game That's going to be massive. Oh, rookie. He realizes what's happening. He tries to separate himself, and now double TP. This is IG's commitment. They want to try to get Knight. Knight is going down. Knight is down. The golden left hand of BLG has been cut off, and now BLG try to recenter the fight on the other side of Atacon. Elkin on, taking the preemptive stance on that wave, making prowess on the Rift. Wei is just going to start this one up immediately.
Just look at the difference, though, between this Drake and the last Drake. Now it's BLG dictating the span of where the river goes. Grand Starfall ready. Leona engage, ready.
Maybe they can find it. Rookie on this flank here. BLG feeling a little dicey. They get split there, but the Dragon does go their way. Trying to collapse on a Rookie. Bin has to maybe give his life here. They do end up getting the catch on a Rookie. And that's a big shutdown going that way. And the unstoppable onslaught. Bin, you masterful menace. He makes it away from that engage of IG.
They have a numbers advantage. He can back. He can TP. He can be a part of this fight.
Oh, you can't get caught here, though, by BLG. Wei trying to stop Mako's. These sidesteps on Mako's seated blade have been dirty as the Shy comes in with his interest, but gets step charged immediately. Rocket gonna go wide. Knight trying to get away. The Shy stepped up.
Bin's back! Bin's back!
Bin with the flank! Giga Bin activated! And IG are gone! They're dusted! And they are completely forfeit! A triple kill for Wei! Against the Shy, against that guy that he looked to be, to replace, to find that angle that he's always had the motivation for. Built such a name for himself, but even before then on Weibo Gaming. And now, though, Elk is the engaged target, but he might be able to get out. Mega Inferno Bomb coming through, and JJ will get that pickup kill. So IG trying to pick things up where they left off, but then they lose the Shy as well. And here comes Bin again. He's in there. Is now Wei going golden. Look how much damage Bin does here. Oh my God. They are eviscerated. And Knight comes away with a triple kill.
He takes down the Shy on the top side. Big one for Mako. And JJ falls as well. BLG, the full combination of this top side has been lethal. Somebody has had to bear the brunt of the IG engage. Unfortunately, that's been Elk in this game. And after his game 1 performance, you can understand why. But BLG have got more than enough answers for the rest of the Invictus Gaming composition. They've got Bin, who does not die. They have Knight, who refuses to let his AD carry die in vain. And Wei, who has gone quietly very, very nuclear in these team fights.
It is the multi-headed Hydra back-to-back first wins in the organization's histories. And now IG say they want to pull the trigger.
Again.
They try to go onto Elk, but that Chains of Corruption is massive. They now turn onto Bin. Bin is not the target you need to go for, IG. You're being slept. And now BLG were being slept on in this fight. IG had no respect, and they will pay the ultimate price. The GA will be not nearly enough to save IG from the dark fate that is a 2-0 sweep of BLG.
And BLG 4 versus 5 in that fight. The IG were tickling him. They did nothing to thwart the Scion. They did nothing to preempt what he would be able to accomplish in this game. And now, without a Baron, without a soul, BLG have broken open the base.
It's so crazy how much damage went into Bin, but none of it stuck there. And you have to think that it's just so impossible to deal with. You have to find other avenues here for IG, but they just can't when he's up in your face and blocking a ton of your skill shots coming through. As that Dragon will end up going over the way of BLG. They'll be circling the drain here, trying to find an in, trying to find an out, trying to find something in this game. But BLG, they have a tried and true strategy. Just meatball this top lane, take down this tier 2, get some extra standing gold, continue to propel this lead forward, and get ready for this Baron spawning to force the hand of IG onto the map. Maybe they want to try to go for a pick as IG move in, but they have to get this mid lane push before they can even think about it.
I mean, IG need to fight now. That bot wave is going to come in at some point.
Oh, they actually got On here. On just gives his life up. That's a rough pick out. BLG forced to pull off the Baron, and now things have gone to hell in a handbasket here. Elk going to be the focus, but they get down. The Mega Inferno Bomb is there, but the Shy is darting everywhere. You got the Lilting Lullaby landing there onto Gala, but he's not the focus for now. Wei is just weaving, and look at Knight and Bin, that wombo combo. You look at a boxing match, you got Bin on the left and Knight on the right, and they're having Wei with IG. Look at him, man. You can't stand the haymaker of BLG. BLG, and that's lights out for IG.
It's up massive, and this is going to be the game.
Bin looking to put his idol in the dirt. All those quotes, those 2 years ago, those memories. BLG and Bin, this has been the story. Bin coming into his own and becoming the top laner to fear in the LPL. He'll go zombie mode, but that's all he needs to help finish this one off for BLG. And the Nexus is down. A 2-0 sweep by BLG.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.